Greetings and peace profound. Don Ringgold with you, and welcome to HealthWealth, where we hope that America institutes organic and sustainable farming, as well as disease prevention education. The fact is that no one has to be sick. Everyone is on the verge of disease. The question is, to what degree? Again, no one has to be sick. Let's consider. Humanity is in the position to change the vibrations from disease, hatred, and murder to attunement with the law of love. What is the procedure? Willingness is a key. Determination to understand the cause, cure, and prevention of disease. Eat organically. Have sight. And we're using an acronym here, SITE. Study, investigate, test, and experiment. Every time we eat, it's an experiment. But what we're doing is studying how to transition from consumption or eating of non-living foods or substances to consumption or eating of living foods and substances. Now, what is needed is perseverance. Perseverance with sensible procedure to rise above any crisis along the way to living life disease-free. Purifying the blood as closely as humanly possible for attunement with the source of the law of love. Vigilance. Living from moment to moment, looking to the stars, but watching your step to be sure no destruction, no virus, or bacteria will be able to germinate because of clean blood by properly keeping the colon clean of accumulated waste. In many ways, that is considered as the missing link of the human mind. And for whatever reason, over the last 3,000 years, humanity has ignored the truth. And because of this mortal ignorance, putting fire to foods came about, and in effect, humanity has been lying to itself, in other words, the individual lying to its body, to the point where the lie has become the truth. So, like any addiction, it becomes very difficult to make any adjustments or changes. Well, after 40 years of investigation and more than 20 years of living life disease-free, I'm presenting to you the possibility that you, any individual who chooses to have this willingness, can have radiant light, abundant life, and illuminating love because they can live life disease-free. We do have a report after these 40 years of investigation. It's in a book form. It's called Don Ringgold's HealthWealth, the Genesis Project. Why the Genesis Project? Because, as mentioned, we were given that direction to let the herbs be for thy meat, and we moved away from it. But now we have the opportunity, and we have always had the opportunity to return to it so that we could live a life disease-free and learn how to properly cleanse the colon of this accumulated waste. And essentially that's cleaning the blood, cleaning the whole system of poisons. So Don Ringgold's HealthWealth, the Genesis Project, is available at Amazon.com or KDP.com. But the sale of this book is not the issue. It's not the primary issue. The primary issue is delivering this message, and actually you have it within yourself. Yourself knows the truth. That's why we get sick, because it's telling you. The silence is speaking to you. But the question is, can the individual hear what the silence is teaching? Well, each one of us within ourselves, we each have peace profound. But we are in a position to maintain it. So we're given this gift. Question is the individual, are you, am I, going to maintain it? Well, this information is for the seekers after the truth. Humanity is in the position to dominate disease rather than to be dominated by disease. Because of the law of love, each individual person has a thread of divine consciousness, which is the thinking needed element of assistance to change the vibrations from illness to wellness. When a person is willing to contemplate how to use this divine thread, gift, this DNA, if you will, then the person begins to understand why the answer to wellness is within the mind that is connected to the ultimate mind of creation. The human mind can find the way to living life disease-free by contemplating the heartbeat and why the trees provide oxygen and humans and animals provide carbon dioxide. Such understanding leads to balance and harmony. It leads the mind to concentrate on the balance and harmony until meditation leads to prayer. The prayer is the key that opens the door for assistance, help, and protection for the individual to transition from non-living consumption or eating to consumption or eating living, organic herbs, fruits, green leaf starchless vegetables, and sometimes nuts. Now, we've heard us talk about carbohydrates. There's a difference between living carbohydrates and non-living carbohydrates. And that's the important issue. Are the carbohydrates living? For instance, fruits are carbohydrates and they're living, but they're also refined things, and that's the difference. They're non-living. So the ability to recognize the living food is the key here, and it's important to recognize how to go about this transition. This transition from destructive habits to this transition from destructive habits and addiction, if you will, because this is the disease, this addiction to kill, to eat, leads to removal of consumption of poisons, preservatives, pesticides, additives, synthetics, in other words, anything man-made. And that's why we're urging America to institute organic and sustainable farming and to institute disease prevention education. But guess what? You don't have to wait for anyone else. You have the connection. So essentially, it's up to you, we the people. It's your decision. Do you want to let other people really direct your life? It's great to get assistance from other people. But the beauty of it is you have all the answers within you. But there must be this willingness and there must be this determination to get to that truth. So, this transition from destructive habits can lead to the elimination of consuming mucus-producing foods and anything other than herbs or fruits or green leafy starchless vegetables, anything other than those things, and sometimes nuts, anything other than those things are mucus-producing. So this transition can lead us away from mucus-producing foods and help us to properly eliminate accumulated waste, which, as we mentioned before, is the missing link of the human mind. Then the human finds the being healing aspect of themselves. They unmask the problem of disease prevention education and of living in fear. The results of being in attunement with the ultimate mind for the human mind is purification, power, and vitality. Upon the realization of purity of the blood, the person transforms fear into courage because of the specific education of disease prevention on how to live life disease-free. The person can unmask the problem of disease prevention education, find the solution, and know that a virus or bacteria cannot destroy or alter their harmony, their balance, or their wellness, even in relationship with others as well. In other words, the human mind and heart connection with the all of creation realizes the actual law of love, where creation becomes its loving self through you, through the individual. Such duplication brings forth the unification and transforms belief into knowledge, understanding, wisdom, and proper judgment in all thought, will, and action that manifests a life disease-free. No one has to be sick. The answer is within, my friend. Know thyself. Don Ringgold, with all good wishes for peace profound.